So if you remember Olympic, gold medalist at the time, definitely Gabby Douglas. Now, in the time period when she was in the Olympics, it was a big controversy with this young lady, not because she was out here doing something crazy, but it was a big controversy about her hair. And I remember that it was just everybody was talking about her hair. Why her hair looked like this? I mean, constantly talking about this young lady's hair, right? And I never understood, like, why? What is the big deal you talking about this young girl's hair? It doesn't make sense. And I understand the history of America when, they even had laws against, black women showing their hair, especially the Tinian laws in Louisiana, where they had to cover up their hair. Even after all of that, natural black hair has always been criticized, even within our own community, because we have been so indoctrinated with self-hate that we hate ourselves. So we would talk about each other's hair. Your hair too nappy, your hair this, your hair that. It's because it just, like I say, it's a long history of that in this country. But at the time, Gabby Douglas, she was talking about that, at the time period, she said that she didn't know where all that was coming from. She said, what's wrong with my hair? She said, I'm like, I just made history. And saying people focus on my hair. And she said it can be bald or short. I said, it doesn't matter about my hair. I said, nothing is going to change. I said, I'm going to wear my hair like this for the beam and bar finals. He said, you might well stop talking about it, right? So that eventually started to bother her because the way she would wear her hair, she always would tie her hair up, in a ponytail. And she said, would tighten it, doing it so tight, it eventually started causing her bald spots. And her hair would not grow because she was constantly doing that. And she said she was so self-conscious and embarrassed by it. Sometimes she would even go to the gym, whatsoever. She also talked about how the commenters, also made her, feel bad about herself. She said she was so embarrassed and self-conscious that she put a bunch of clips, over the spots to try to cover them. Okay, he said, but it was still noticeable. He said her hair grew a little. He said, but shortly after, she said she had to cut all her hair off because it was so damaged, right? And she said that struggle left her in tears. She said some instances, she said, as we told you, she wouldn't go to the gym because she was so embarrassed by her hair. Yeah, she even questioned herself why her hair couldn't grow. And when the Olympics rolled around, it became a topic of discussion yet again when she went back to the Olympics. So now, she had posted a picture on Instagram. Her hair is like long now because, she got with some good people. They helped her with her hair. And now she says that she has no extensions, no clip-ins, no wigs, no chemicals, all her. And when it comes to black hair, those chemicals, I know chemicals you're talking about like those relaxers or whatever. A lot of people moved away from that because it's also been proven that those relaxers will give it chemical burns and also can cause cancer as well. And so many of us, of course, have gone natural. Like say, many people that have natural hair, their hair grow down their back. Well, you was putting chemicals in there, you're getting chemical burns, your hair breaking off, etc. It was never meant for that. I think in a natural state, our hair grows fine. Like me, normally I cut my hair short, that, those who watch this channel. But, when I made that YouTube story on our news channel, I said, hey, I'm growing my hair out. I'm going to try something different. So that's why you see me growing my hair out, and I haven't really seen my hair grow out in a minute. And I'm like, I forgot how wavy my hair is. It just is very, very wavy. And so I'm kind of excited to see what happens with my hair. But I'm also excited to see the reactions that some people are going to have a little later when it really grows out. Because, when we grow our hair out, oh boy, certain folks be looking and they want to touch. I'm like, that's the wrong thing to do. Is don't you ever want to touch anything on me, my person, my hair, nothing, especially my hair. I'm that type of person. I believe that, you are trying to pull from my spirit when you're trying to touch me with your hand in my head. Don't ever do that. And I'm going a little further than what I normally go on this channel. But with Gabby Douglas, the ridicule and all things that she went through, some people can get very depressed, with this kind of ridicule. Some, young sisters could even think about committing suicide or something because of this. Because like I said, she was being ridiculed on the world stage. And from what I have seen over the years, women and girls don't do well with extreme criticism, especially by their person. They don't. it really breaks them. It's just what I've seen. Like I said, I'm not saying every woman is that way, but for the average one, they can't take that, especially the way she was being ridiculed. I mean, that's stupid. You're there to be a gymnast, not there to worry about hair. You get what I'm saying? We never talk about what the guys do with their hair, so why are you worrying about what she's doing with hers? But I'm glad that, her hair is long now, her hair is healthy after all that criticism that she suffered back in the past. And unfortunately, we had a lot of people in our community, the black community, that was criticizing her, unfortunately, and that's, real sad in itself. Well, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation with Gabby Douglas. It says she now has her hair down her back, and she's doing much better now, which I'm happy to to hear that she is, because like I said, that girl really went through some unnecessary criticism about something so stupid to even criticize somebody about, especially hair.